Greetings. So in this video, I'm going to introduce my new Circle or Circle.so analytics and conversion tracking system. So Circle, as you probably know, is the community platform, and conversion tracking, just kind of a very quick overview. If you want to run ads on, let's say, Meta ads, Instagram ads, Facebook ads, or maybe Google ads, you need to have conversion tracking in place. Conversion tracking is the thing that lets these ad platforms know which click or view or impression led to a conversion, such as purchase, appointment scheduled, or in Circle, for example, a completed sign up or a paywall purchase within Circle. So there are kind of two reasons why we need to do this. First of all, we need to know which ads, which campaigns, which keywords, which placements lead to conversions. But even more importantly, the algorithms in these platforms, the Meta algorithm and the Google Ads algorithm, they need to know which click led to a conversion, because then they will optimize your ads automatically to find more of these types of users that converted. So if you do not have conversion tracking in place, your ads will not work. It's like if you had like a self-driving car, but you duct tape all the sensors and the cameras. It cannot do anything. Or if you're like in a shooting competition in Olympics, you try to hit the bullseye, but you have your eyes blocked somehow. You have you cannot see. You have like a blindfold on. So conversion tracking is like taking the tape off, taking the blindfold off, seeing what happens, and then teaching the algorithm, this is the type of people who should see our ads, the type that will actually convert. It is super important. If you don't do it, your ads will not work. All right, so Circle. For Circle, I have now spent a couple of weeks developing the perfect conversion tracking system, which you can just, buy from me. And I will install it for you, maintain it, everything. And it's just going to work. You can also just watch this video and, work with ChatGPT or whatever and implement your own solution. It may work. It may work well. It may work not so well. Feel free to do it. But this is more about my Circle tracking app. All right, let's go into a demo. Here we have a little demonstration website, and this is a Squarespace website. So let's say that we land on our website. If we land via Facebook, Instagram, we're going to have a Facebook click ID. And if we land from Google, we're going to have a Google click ID or gclid. So let's add test. These may actually already be in place, but this is kind of to illustrate the first concept, which is that usually with Circle, we have something called a cross-domain funnel. Usually you have your main website, like here, my Squarespace website, where people probably land. And then we have our kind of Circle website, which lives in another domain. And we need to kind of bring these two together. Perfect. So let's start the demonstration. First, I will reload the page, and there's going to be the Facebook click IDs and the Google click IDs. So the first thing that my setup does, or what you would need to do as well, would be to store these. For example, we can store the Facebook click ID here in local storage. So this way we will remember it even if we browse these different pages. You can see, even if I close it and reopen it, it's going to remember it. And the same goes for the Google click ID. In this case, it is a cookie. Here we can see that these clicks are now being stored in the browser. Perfect. Now, the next thing that my conversion tracking system does, it connects Circle, any links that you have on your website that lead from your website into Circle. My system will kind of add the click ID so we can bring these two together. Because normally, if you just go to Circle and you try to send conversions from Circle, the original click, the attribution, the tracking cookies would have been forgotten and lost. All right, so if we geek a little bit into the code and take a look at this button, and we take a look at this link, let's see if we can zoom in a little. You can see that my system has added the test Facebook click ID and a bunch of Google click related parameters into it. Perfect. So let's click this link, and now we are taken into the Circle login page. Now here, if we take a look at the cookies, we are able to see that the Facebook pixel, which is also installed here, has now been, it has taken the click ID from our main website and now passed it into the Circle website, where the Facebook pixel has turned it into this cookie as well. And the same thing has happened with the Google AdWords or Google Ads cookie as well. So the first part of the puzzle has been solved from our website to Circle. All right. Next up, what it does, it starts tracking the steps of this funnel. Now, the easiest way to demonstrate this is with Meta or Facebook. So here we send an event called Circle.1 start. So it's the first part of the funnel. So we are sending this Circle start event, and here under Meta we can see that we have received this event. Perfect. So let's then take the second step. Click one of these, for example, sign up with email. Now, there are some details I will demonstrate, like my system automatically figuring out the email as we type. So let's see if we can demonstrate that. test@gmail.com. You can see this is being updated and also stored in the local storage here. This allows us to do enhanced conversion tracking on Google Ads and advanced matching on Facebook Pixel, as well as sending the email address via Meta Conversions API. So these are new, more advanced conversion tracking systems, which allow us to track conversions more accurately, even if, let's say, Apple Intelligent Tracking Prevention tries to prevent it. So enhanced conversions and advanced matching, they just track you a little bit more conversions and boost your ad performance. All right, perfect. So I'll use a dummy email and continue down the funnel, because in our conversion tracking, we want to track every step and we want to get as close to the final account creation or as close to the money as possible. So in this case, the closer we are to actually finishing the sign-up process, the better. But usually we want to track each step, and you may want to start optimizing your campaigns for the beginning funnel. And once you get more data points and you train the algorithm in Google and Meta, you can probably kind of work towards step by step to optimize the ads, always closer to actually becoming a community member. All right, let's click sign up. All right, so now we are on the next stage of this funnel, and we can see that my tracking system is sending new events. We are on Circle step 3, which is the two-factor authentication. So we are again one step closer. Now, my Circle conversion tracking system is also sending these events two ways, and I will quickly cover this. So you can see here that we are sending like each funnel step, like the two-factor authentication stage of the funnel, via the browser as well as the server. And we have this kind of matching event IDs, which allows Meta to deduplicate the event. So why is this really important? Well, I'll show you why it's important with one image. Yeah, images speak louder than words. Here is an example of a Canadian client of mine, which is using this kind of double server-side, client-side hybrid method. And we can see that we are getting 81% additional conversions via this conversions API compared to versus Pixel alone. So the short answer is that we will track more conversions. If we only use the browser to send this event, Apple Intelligent Tracking Prevention, some ad blockers, things like that often get in the way. So we want to also send the events whenever we can via the server. But there is a specialized setup where we again need to send them both with the same event names and the same event IDs. So to make sure that you will not see two conversions for one, conversion event. Well, two kind of conversions within your Meta or Google ads for one time someone has completed this action on your website. So this is also something that my setup handles. And again, the more parameters we are able to send, whether that's on the server side or on the Pixel side, like I mentioned this advanced matching feature earlier, the better our tracking will be. So in Meta, there is a concept called event match quality score. So it is a number from 0 to 10, and it tells us how good our tracking is. So the better number we get, the more of these parameters we are able to send, like the email address, the IP address, user agent, phone number we don't have in Circle, as far as I know, for example. But more parameters we send, the better our tracking will be, and the more conversions we will see, or the less conversions will be left untracked. So here you can see a real-life comparison. If we use a simpler method, we may track just 16 conversions, but for the same action in the website, a better setup will track 21 conversions. Or if we go the whole way and add all this hybrid tracking system, we may actually see twice the number of conversions. So we still got the same number of real-life bookings, for example, but Meta is able to see twice the conversions, and this is able to then kind of train the AI targeting algorithm much more effectively, which then decreases your cost per conversion, increases your ad performance, gets you more conversions, and gets you cheaper conversions as well. So hopefully that kind of explains why we really need this server browser hybrid setup. All right, let's proceed. Let's hope that our two-factor code is still valid. So let's click verify. Looks like my explanation of the server browser tracking took a bit too long, so I'll resend the code. Okay, let's hope this code now works. We will proceed with the funnel, and again we want to track every step with the Facebook Click ID, Google Click ID, and hybrid tracking. Let's click verify. Account has been verified. All right, so now we get to the welcome. Let's start by creating your profile view. All right, so this means that we have created our account. There are still one or two steps in the funnel, but this was kind of the most important one. We have now gone through, creating the account and doing the two-factor authentication step, which is kind of annoying, but has to be done. So here, this is what I use as the kind of key main conversion. And here I use a standard event called complete registration. So if we take a look at these events we have been sending, we are sending these Circle start, and then we go email sign up, Circle two-factor authentication, and then we have, second one because I refreshed the page, and now we have the complete registration. Here, it's it's working properly. We can see that the event IDs are correct. Sometimes this specific view takes a little while to show this deduplication process. Yeah, but from the server and the browser, we send the complete registration. So this is a standard event. There are kind of custom events like Circle two-factor authentication. Most people don't need anything like this, but we do. And then there are standard events like complete registration. So the algorithm is going to be a bit more effective at finding the right type of audience based on what is the conversion event, because it has probably been trained with millions or hundreds of millions of conversions like this. So it's going to be able to figure out who is most likely to take this action. All right, so this is kind of the most important one. Complete registration, again, being sent both ways with advanced matching parameters. All right, so there is one more step. We can continue or skip this create your profile. So I'll pause the video for a moment, and I'm gonna skip it this time. Okay, yeah, I don't want to show too much of this. This is a real client, so I won't show anything that's happening within their membership pages. But now you can just imagine that, yeah, we clicked on the skip or continue for this second page of the account creation. So I call this Circle 5. It's kind of the fifth step, and I call it add bio. We could call it something else, but I think this is kind of pretty clear. After complete registration, you can add bio, and then we're off to the races. Again, from the server and the browser. All right. So what about Google Ads or Google Analytics? So in Google Ads, I have created just a couple of these steps. I will create all 4 or 5 steps or more if needed. But here we can see that they have been kind of inactive and unverified. So I'm going to refresh the page, and if the tracking was working properly, we should see these turn status. Sometimes there's a little delay, especially last few days, but let's try it out. All right, so in Google Ads, we can see that these have turned from inactive to no recent conversions. So that means we haven't got an actual person clicking our ads and converting, but Google Ads is able to see that, hey, we are receiving the events when someone takes this action. We just haven't had a real ad click conversion yet. So all is looking good. Now we can then take these conversions both in Meta Ads and Google Ads. So we can go to columns, modify columns, custom columns, and then create custom columns like this, all conversions, conversion action, and then we'll look for the circle account created, call this circle for a new account, something like this. Well, account created. I think that's pretty good. So now we can kind of create a column set of all these steps here, and we're then able to see in our Google Ads and Meta Ads every step of this funnel. All right, I'm jumping a little bit from place to place. Looks like after a couple of minutes, this test event view within the Meta dataset was now able to kind of understand that, hey, these events are the same event, just coming in from 2 different places, servers and browsers, and deduplicated fully. So now we have a perfect, very beautiful conversion tracking system for, you know, every step: 2-factor authentication, complete registration, add the bio, and if we want, we could even go further. All right, and then we can do the same thing in Google Analytics as well. Now in Google Analytics, we can go to admin, we can go to data display and the debug view, where we're again able to see this real-time view of analytics data coming in. So here we can see we have the first visit page view, session start, and then we have this Circle 1 start event. Again, I'm just going through the sign up from the beginning. And yeah, here we get the pretty much the same events as we get for Meta. The syntax is a little different. Usually Meta prefers this like capital case. Usually Google does more of this underscore format. So with these funnel steps in Google Analytics, we are also able to create like visual funnel to see the drop-off rate. This screenshot is for Acuity scheduling, but the same thing could be done with the funnel steps of your Circle sign-up process. So we can see people starting the funnel, choosing the method, going to the two-factor authentication page, then creating their profile, and then going for the optional add bio, and then kind of being taken into your Circle. And we could see the number of users, the completion rate, the abandonments, and as well as the abandonment rate. And yeah, we can kind of get the full picture of our analytics. But most importantly, before I go for the most important stuff, Google Analytics is cool in a way because the Meta and the Google Ads are to optimize your ad performance on those specific platforms. Google Ads is more like an overview of all the traffic channels, if it's news articles or random blogs that direct traffic to you or wherever. But it's pretty cool, especially nowadays when you start to see stuff like traffic from these AI tools like Perplexity, ChatGPT, Gemini, etc. So Google Analytics is cool and pretty useful in this way. Yes, but back to the most important part. The most important part with conversion tracking is that once we send these conversions to platforms like Google Ads or Meta, and we do it properly in a way where we make sure that we track as many conversions as possible with the Conversions API and the enhanced conversion tracking and advanced matching, this will improve your ad performance. So the same ads with tracking are going to get you a lot of conversions, but the same exact keyword, same exact image or ad text without conversion tracking is probably not going to get you any conversions at all because the algorithm is not able to learn and kind of teach itself. All right, so if you use Circle, then I, of course, recommend that you get in touch with me. If you want to run ads on Google, Meta, TikTok could be done as well, or any others. I have the perfect Circle conversion tracking setup, which we could just plug into your website easily, and you could start running ads and getting new members instantly. All right, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, feel free to steal the concepts and figure it out with ChatGPT if you are on a budget. But if you really want to get it done properly, then you can get in touch with me. And yeah, hopefully I will hear from you soon. All right, over and out. Thanks for watching.